Good morning. I hope you guys are having a great day. I just wanted to pop on quickly. I've had a lot of people asking me lately, where do I find time to do my makeup and how long does it take me to do my makeup? And so I just wanted to jump on and say that one, you can do your makeup in as much time as you need to. Some days I take 5 minutes and some days I take an hour. It really depends. Obviously, you know better what time you have in a day. So I'll give you a few tips of what I've done to sort of speed up my makeup on days that I don't have time. And then you can adjust it accordingly. So to start, I've already primed my face. For those of you that don't prime, if you don't prime, I say it's a crime. I never believed in priming, and Unique has opened my world to a lot of things that I didn't do. I didn't believe in brushes, and I didn't believe in priming, and let me tell you that if you're not priming, you are wasting a lot of product, and you're not getting the most out of your products. So if there's one thing that I could ever encourage you to do to switch up in your routine, it would be to prime. So I've already started my morning off with priming, and I don't even know where I put my primer. Anyway, so I'm using our, oh, sorry, here it is. So I've started our morning off with our primer. It's Glorious Face and Eye Primer. I still do use an eye primer on my eyes, but if you don't want to use something separate, you can use that. So I've put it on and I've let it sit for 5 minutes. For those of you that are saying, well, I don't have 5 minutes, Sandy, because I just said I don't have time to do my makeup in the morning, so why would I have 5 minutes? Sorry, why would I have 5 minutes to wait for primer? So here's what I changed up in my morning routine. I used to get up and I used to go downstairs and I used to make a coffee, and then I would come back upstairs and do my makeup. Now, I get up, I wash my face, I put my primer on, I go downstairs, I make a coffee, I come back upstairs, and guess what? It's been longer than 5 minutes. So I found the way to incorporate my routine into my makeup routine. So you can do whatever works for you, whether maybe you have kids that you have to deal with in the morning and the makeup is the last thing you do. When you get up, wash your face, put your primer on, do whatever you need to do with your kids, feed them breakfast, whatever, and then do your makeup afterwards. You've given time for the product to set, and then you can use, that's the base to your makeup. So next I'm going to, sorry, gotta have the morning coffee. So next I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go with our Touch Liquid Foundation. I'm gonna shake it up. I'm using taffeta this morning. And unfortunately, I do not have perfect skin. I wish that I did. But I will be using our mineral concealer to touch up some other areas. So sorry, I do apologize. I'm just gonna switch up what I'm doing. Again, I have a routine, but don't have a routine. It kind of changes every day. So I'm actually gonna start with our concealer. This stuff is amazingly pigmented and you don't need a lot. So I'm gonna show you, I'm just gonna squeeze a small amount. That's it, not much. I put my fingers together. Now, I won't get into the story today, but when I was a little younger, I made some silly choices, and I ended up getting a chemical burn on my forehead. So unfortunately, I do have some very bad pigment scarring, and if you can see already, and I haven't even blended that in, but do you see the coverage, guys? It's like incredible. So I also have some acne scarring, so I'm just gonna use a little bit more, not much, just a little dab. Less is more, guys, and it's better to build and add than to put a whole bunch and then you're smearing it all over your face and then you've got excess product everywhere and it's just, yeah, no. You don't need it. So less is more, guys. Start with less and build your way up. So tip number 2. Tip number 3, if you haven't used the liquid foundation and you use something else, that's fine. Not everyone uses liquid foundation. I never believed in brushes. Now you can, again, use your face, or sorry, it's morning. You can use your, sorry, I'm just, there's a dropper inside, so I'm just emptying it out to mix it up so that there's no separation. Just in case you're wondering what I'm doing over here. So I'm gonna show you 2 different ways. So for you, those of you that like to use your hands, I'm just gonna do 3 drops, okay? And I'm gonna do this half. This stuff goes a long way, guys. If you've never used it, take my word for it, you need to try it. I've used probably every liquid foundation out there, and I did not believe that this was as good as it is. But if you can't see already, you see the coverage there? Look at the difference. So you can see I have some like redness and that in my cheeks. Isn't that amazing? So this goes on liquid. You can see the difference even here in my eyes. It goes on liquid and it dries to a matte powdery finish. So look at the difference. Okay, I just covered one eye. Can you see that? Pretty amazing, right? Okay, so next, if you're using a liquid foundation, I encourage you to use a liquid foundation brush. This is ours. I'm using Unique's. Again, I'm going to do 3 drops. Now, I'm not going to put it on the brush because you're wasting product. It's just going to fall into the bristles. I'm just going to drop it. Again, I'm using 3 drops. Okay? So, I'm going to push this into my skin and blend it out. So here's why I like to use a brush. 1, I don't love having makeup all over my hands. I'm usually in a rush, so I tend to forget, touch things, and then I have makeup all over the place. So I don't enjoy that. Sorry guys, I got really bad allergies going on here. Also, I just find I have better, like, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but I feel like it blends better with my hand. It's not bad, I just don't feel like I get the same look that I'm looking for, if that makes sense. Sorry guys, give me 1 sec. I apologize. I have horrible allergies, and it's that time of the year where ragweed is in, and everything just wants to come out. So I do apologize. I am human. So that's the liquid foundation. Again, 2 different ways of doing it. It's totally up to you. There is no right or wrong way, guys. Makeup is about feeling good. So if there's 100 rules to things, then what enjoyment is there of that? None. So I am just having a normal day, so I'm not looking for crazy makeup coverage here. Again, I told you I do have a bit of a scar on my forehead, so I don't love that. I do like to sort of cover that up a little more than everything else, so that's why I use the concealer. You don't have to use the concealer for your face. I do encourage you to use concealer under your eyes if you're like me and I have horrible black marks. Horrible bags. I don't get a lot of sleep. Besides working my unique business, I do work another job on the side where I work insane hours. So it keeps me busy and going, and yes, bags are unfortunately the aftermath of that. So I'm using, again, our mineral concealer, but I'm using it in Scarlet, which is the lightest color we have. If you're using an under eye concealer, always go 1 or 2 shades lighter. 2 reasons for that. 1, you want to brighten under the eyes, especially if you're like me. I have bags. I also have a scar from when I was young under my eyes, and you don't want to darken that and deepen that look under your eyes. The other reason that I love having a brighter color, now I'm just dabbing here, guys, okay? Dabbing the product into the skin. You want to push product in, not smear, okay? If that makes sense. So you don't want to do this. Many reasons. 1, you're going to give yourself wrinkles. And 2, when you're pushing the product into the skin, you're not just smearing it everywhere. Sorry, I know I just said that. But by pushing the product into the skin, you're going to get a better coverage and you're going to get a more naturally blended look. So I'm not smearing this along, if you see, and I'm just using my ring finger here. So nothing fancy. You can use a beauty blender. I do use them sometimes. Sometimes I don't. Again, it depends on how quick I want to get my makeup done. So I am right-handed clearly. I also find by dabbing, you have more control of the product. Again, smearing, you're just kind of, you're not getting an even coverage. So 1, if you're like me, you're getting older, you want to keep your skin looking nice and fresh. So don't give yourself wrinkles unnecessarily, and just dab. Okay, so I go up to my brow. I like to make my entire eye a little brighter. So if you can see there, I've dabbed it in, I've blended it out. So I do come down to the nose, guys, and go across and all the way up. So you kind of create it like a triangle if you're just doing under the eyes. Again, I kind of go up a little higher. That's just me, you don't have to. Okay, so got a red nose going on here. All right, so we've got concealer down, we've got foundation down. Now we're gonna move on to my favorite. I like to set things. So I'm going to be using 2 products to set. I'm gonna be using our new translucent setting powder. So this has no pigment to it, guys. I love, love, love the packaging on this. So here's what it looks like. It has a little mesh screen in there. So you're not gonna like put your brush in and come out with copious amounts of powder all over the place. I'm using our new foundation and under eye concealer brush. It's got 2 convenient brushes on it, so 2 different reasons. I'm still adjusting because we didn't have this before. So I've gotten into a bit of a routine that I'm sort of switching up. But again, it's up to you. I have endless amounts of brushes now, which I never did. I was the, 2 brush wonder. I had one for powder and I had one for blush, and like that was it. Now I have makeup case full. I have more brushes. I just endless. It's a little bit much, guys, but you don't have to be like me. You do what works for you. Okay, so translucent powder, here's how it goes. I just take this and swirl it around. As you see, Not a lot of product, right? Guess what? I'm gonna tap it off. Okay, so I'm gonna start here just because I like to start from the inside and work my way out. And I'm just gonna, again, dab. You wanna push that product into the skin. You've already put everything on your face, guys. Why do you want to smear it with a brush? Okay, now, did you see how much I had on that brush? How little I used and how much face I just covered? So I went from here all the way down to here. That's a quarter of my face with barely a dab of product. Again, I'm gonna do a little dab and tap it off. That's all I'm using, guys. And I'm gonna do over here. So why use setting powder? If you don't use a setting powder, that's fine. If you want your makeup to last a little bit longer, you don't want, if you get really oily skin, I have super oily skin. So I find a setting powder just helps the longevity of reducing my oil. That's me again, okay? So here's where I switch things up. And again, it comes down to my uncomfortableness of the scarring on my face. Excuse me. Now, I didn't have these brushes before, so I used our foundation brush. Now, I use the mineral powder concealer. It is pigmented. So, I'm using Frivolous. It looks darker than it actually goes on, okay? So that's actually a lot. I don't really need all that, so I'm gonna tap a lot of that off. Okay, there. See how little that is, guys? Okay. I'm gonna take my brush and I'm kind of gonna just dab it on and pack it into the brush. So it's on my brush. I'm gonna take this under my eyes. Do you see? Because it's pigmented. Again, I'm uncomfortable because I have a scar under my eyes. You don't have to do this. And I realize this is taking me longer than 5 minutes. If I wasn't talking and I was just doing my face, this would take me 5 to 7 minutes, okay? So do you see the difference there, guys? And I've gone right up to my waterline. And this is why I like this brush, because it's got an angle on the edge and I can get right in there, okay? Again, dabbing. I know it doesn't look like it. I'm kind of dabbing and sweeping across the face. Don't drag. You don't want wrinkles, okay? Now, I'm kind of gonna brush this, dab it, like a brush and dab, just to blend it down, okay? You don't wanna have big white marks under your eyes. Okay, so do you see the difference? See how I brought it up to the waterline and it's already created some more oomph to my eye? So, you remember how much product I put in there? Guess what, guys? I still have some left. And I'm gonna knock it, ooh, knock you over. And, okay. So, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna finish this eye. And again, just gonna dab, dab, dab. All right, so that's my eyes, okay? Now, last but not least, I'm gonna go up here because like I said, I do not like the scarring on my forehead and I just want a little extra coverage for it. So, it's also summer and I tend to sweat a lot and I sweat from my face, not from anywhere else, which kind of sucks. But when you have amazing makeup, people ask you how you get your face to last so long. So here's how it works, guys. So like I said, there, you can kind of see, and I haven't dipped this again. I still use this little product as you guys saw me use. Just kind of touching it up. All right, so that's that. You can fuss all day. And I'm just gonna take that, blend it out. All right. All right. So that's that, guys. I'm going to quickly finish this up with a little bit of blush and some mascara. That's it. Sorry, I am going to do my brows because, again, you know, stupid decisions when I was young, guys. I overplucked them. Now I feel like they're uneven. They look ridiculous. But, you know, I'm also my own worst critic. So, so I'll give you a quick brow lesson here. Use a spoolie. I do have another one, and it's on the end of my, there. So, up to you. I used to be a pencil girl. I've tried some other things, and again, it really depends on what kind of coverage you're going for, or what look you're going for. Maybe you just have a little bit of hair that you want to spruce up. So again, I'll show you a couple different options. If you're doing a pencil, I encourage you to do little strokes. Please don't draw your eyebrows in, unless that's the look you like, which is totally fine. But if you want something super natural looking, then I definitely encourage you to just do little strokes. So just take it in here, little, and always go with the growth of your natural hair. So see here, I'm giving it shape, but ever so lightly. Now I take the spoolie back through it. How's that? Aren't brows a wonderful thing? I'm gonna brush this one out. This is my problem child. It doesn't want to ever go where I want it to go. So I'm using our brow liner in medium. We have light, medium, and dark. And these last me a lot longer than I ever thought. I love the fact that I don't have to sharpen them. They are a twist up. This is probably about 6 months old, and I still have that much left. It's not too bad. Because that'll probably last me another 6 months. Okay. Okay, so that's a quick brow. You can fuss with it, whatever. For every day, I don't really stress too much. I do have uneven brows, so I do like to even them out a little bit. Sorry, I'm just looking in my big mirror here because it's hard to see into my phone. I hope you can still see there. Okay. So I'm satisfied with that. Again, I'm not a makeup artist. I have trialed and errored many things. When I was young, my sisters used to say that I was an Oompa Loompa because I always wore dark foundation. And I've learned over the way, guys. So I'm just like you, nothing special. I found this opportunity, and I actually started with Unique as a kidnapper because I wanted the mascara. And yeah, so I figured, what did I have to lose? Back then, I think it was about $250 worth of makeup for $119. So 50% off. Who doesn't like a good deal? So I went with that. And for about 2.5 years, I just bought makeup and I got my discount on it. And that was great for me. And I got friends discounts, and then I had more and more people asking me what was I using, what was I doing, and something had changed. I won't get into it now, but I had a pretty rough go over the last few years. I got dealt some pretty crappy cards, but I chose to not let that affect me. And Unique has actually helped me a lot along the way. So it's not just makeup, it's not just a company, it's actually a sisterhood. And they have become like my family, my second family. I already have 5 sisters. So my wife's sisters have just become more sisters, which is great for me. I'm totally happy to welcome more sisters in. Anyway, so if you've ever thought about the opportunity, feel free to message me if it's something you don't think you could do, because like I said, you're not a makeup artist or you don't know anything about makeup, that's fine. I've learned. Guys, I didn't know what baking was. I didn't do my brows. I didn't do concealer. I didn't do primer. I was a foundation, smack loads of powder on my face and just, you know, cake it up, and fake lashes and a ton of eyeshadow and lipstick. Like, that was me. That was back then. If I can find some photos, I'll show you. I went all out, and that's not to say that there's anything wrong with it, but that's not everyday makeup. No one wants to have to glob on tons of makeup. It's nice to feel, what I have on is not a lot of product, and it's light, it's airy. I don't feel like I'm wearing makeup. Half the time I forget, and I end up doing something and I'm like, oh right, I have makeup on. Forgot. Anyway, so back to what I was doing here. I kind of forgot because that's my brain. Okay, so we've done foundation, concealer, we've set it, we've set under the eyes, we've done brows, and mascara. Okay, so we have an amazing new mascara, One Step. If you've used our 3D fiber lashes and you love those, I promise you, you will love this as well. If you haven't tried it, any of our mascara, you should try this, because I'm going to show you something that will blow your mind. No lies, guys. So I want you to look at my lashes, okay? Nothing amazing here. I have very short little lashes, and they're pretty poker straight, if you can see on this side. See how straight they are? Okay, so watch this. Now, excuse my face, because we all have the mascara face, but I'm gonna look up here because I can see it better. But I want you to see what just a little bit. And you're watching me, guys, so I'm not doing anything different than what you're doing. So first of all, I love the brush. It separates and combs your lashes and coats them beautifully. And I am a lash girl. For those of you that know me, you know I pretty much don't leave the house without mascara. It's like my cardinal rule. Okay. So I dipped once and I coated my lashes. What? Do you see that? Is that amazing or what? Like, look at my lashes. Okay, you see this eye? Not long. Like, I can't fake this. See these? Itty bitty babies. Kapow. What's that? Okay, so like I said, you need this mascara. It will blow your mind. I'm gonna do another little coat here, just to amplify them a bit more. Like I said, I love my lashes. All right, I could sit and do my mascara all day, but I won't. All right, so I'm just gonna do one lash for you guys. And in true Sandy fashion, I would get it on my eye. Of course, why wouldn't I? Okay, quick and easy. So that's that. I'm gonna finish this look off with simple lipstick. If you don't know me, pink is my favorite color. I love this color for summer, for every day. It's just a very light, pretty pink. It's called Sitting Pretty. Yeah, so I think that's it. Oh, blush. Who doesn't need blush? I frazzled myself. I lost myself here. So I'm using one of our new metallic blushes in Supported. This came in this month's August. Kudos. All proceeds went to the Unique Foundation. If you don't know about it, go to uniquefoundation.org if you want to know about more. But it's basically our foundation that helps to support abused women and adolescents. So quick dab. If you didn't see what I did there, I literally just dabbed it. And again, don't blow your brushes. When you're blowing like moist air from your mouth, and you're also putting bacteria on your brush. You're gonna put that on your face. If you're like me, I have very reactive skin. You don't wanna put bacteria all over your face. So tap it off. Also, don't waste your product. Who wants to waste money? I don't. Tap it off. Always tap your products, whether it's foundation, blush, eyeshadow, whatever, you guys. Tap your brushes. Do not blow. Don't shake them. You're just wasting product. And who wants to waste product? So I'm going to start here in the apples of my cheek and go up. Blend out a little bit. Again, I dab. I dab and blend, guys. Always go away from your face. Natural facelift. You don't want to brush down. Now this is where you can really see the under eye pop. If I was glamming myself up, I would put a highlighter. I would highlight my brow, my nose, Cupid's bow. I would bring in some contouring. Today I'm just doing an everyday face. So quick and easy. Like I said, this would normally be done in about 5 minutes, but since I'm here talking to you, I'm nervous and I'm frazzled and everything's taking me 10 times longer. So one day I will do my makeup quick, fast, and I'll show you how fast I do it, and I just won't even talk to you guys, okay? Okay, so that's that. You don't have to go over it 10 times. I did. I'm just finishing up one half of my face so that I can let you guys go. So that's that, guys. Quick, easy. That's it. If you have any questions, comments, below, message me, whatever. I love to hear from you guys, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Love ya.